What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'll be doing race picks for the 2025 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has the Phoenix Raceway, the 1 mile racetrack that will decide the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. The last time we ran at Phoenix Raceway, we saw Ty Majeski, I believe, pick up a second or third Truck Series win in 2024, which led to him winning the Craftsman Truck Series Championship. He's back this time around trying to pick up another win in the Truck Series and win his second straight championship and get his first win of 2025 to clinch the title. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend currently at the moment is looking promising and beautiful. It's going to be 86 degrees high with 61 degrees as well as only a 10% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be really nice weather headed out to the racetrack. I think it's going to be in the low 80s and upper 70s once the green flag drops in the race. The weather should be nice headed out to the track compared to a lot of the country right now. It's going to be some nice weather and some good weather at Phoenix Raceway. Now let's talk about the four drivers that are competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. You have Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum, and Caden Honeycutt. Whichever of these drivers ends up finishing the highest in the race will be the champion, and we'll see who ends up winning the championship this weekend at Phoenix. One of those four will be the champion this weekend. So now, finally, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I do two suck picks, two drivers I expect to struggle. I don't think will have the pace and speed or aren't that great at this type of track. I do two underdog picks, two drivers who desperately need a good run who I think will have a good run this weekend or really good at this type of track. And I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall. And I do the drivers you need to watch out for. And usually for the Craftsman Truck Series, I got four drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Here are my suck picks for the 2025 Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. My first suck pick for this weekend at Phoenix is the driver of the 42 truck for Nice Motorsports, Matt Mills. Matt Mills has really struggled in the 2025 season. He's had a couple good runs so far this year, but generally, especially at these types of tracks, Matt Mills really hasn't had the pace and speed. And Nice Motorsports this year, especially since Caden Honeycutt left the program, they have not been as strong of an organization. There's been a lot of times where I've seen Matt Mills kind of running around that 20th to 25th place range, which he should be running a lot better than that, especially with the Nice Motorsports truck. Because I think he's going to unfortunately struggle. I don't think he'll have the pace and speed. Sadly, I think Matt Mills doesn't have a good run. I think it's going to be a struggle for him this weekend at Phoenix. My second suck pick for this weekend at Phoenix is the driver of the 81 truck for McAnally Hilgeman Racing, Connor Mosack. This could be the final time that Connor is in a McAnally Hilgeman truck in his career, and to be honest, it won't be a bad end of the relationship because Connor Mosack, to be honest, has been a little bit of a struggling driver this season. He's had a couple good runs in the truck series, mainly on road courses, but for the most part this year, I haven't seen much from Connor Mosack. He has been doing not that great this season. I thought he'd be a playoff contender, has not really been that. He's been running around that 15th or 20th range, which is an awful, but he hasn't really done anything that I think anybody expected of him. He hasn't really had a great season. I think it's unfortunately going to be a little bit of struggle. Sadly, I don't think he's going to have a good run. Unfortunately, I think Connor Mosack has a pretty big struggle and doesn't have a good run this weekend at Phoenix. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Phoenix is the driver 17 truck for Tricon Garage, Gio Ruggiero. Gio Ruggiero has been the best of the rest of the drivers who did not make the playoffs so far this year. And I think he's really improved over the last couple months, especially. He's a very talented young race car driver, picked up the win at Talladega, had a really good truck at Barnesville as well, was up front competing for the win and victory there. He's building a lot of momentum and confidence, and I expect Gio Ruggiero to be a factor for the win this weekend. He's going to be someone that could potentially go in there and steal the win that's not competing for a championship. I think he's going to have a really solid and good truck this weekend. I think he'll have a top five, maybe in, like I said, a race-winning truck, but I think next year is going to be fun to see what he can do, but I think just because he doesn't have a lot of experience, he's an underdog pick, but I think he's got a good shot to get that second career truck series win this weekend at Phoenix. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Phoenix is the driver to 77 truck for Spire Motorsports, Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie this year in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has really had a very solid run. I think he's had 4 or 5 top 10 finishes in the last 7 or 8 races, and his average finish, and I think Eric Issa brought this up, his average finish has been like a 9.0 in the last 8 or 9 races in the Truck Series. He's been doing a really good job with Spire Motorsports, been doing better than some Spire Motorsports drivers can say in recent years, and I think he's been doing a pretty good job this year behind the wheel. And because of that, I think he's actually going to have another really solid run. He's going to have top 10 speed more than likely. I think he's going to have top 10 pace, and maybe he'll have a top 5 truck this weekend on top of that as well. So we'll see what Corey LaJoie can do, but like I said, I think Corey is going to have a really good opportunity to contend for a great run. I think he's going to have a good shot for a good finish. I think he will be a factor for a good run this weekend at Phoenix. And now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. Who am I picking to win? Now, normally a lot of times, the driver who wins the race ends up winning the championship. So a lot of you probably thinking, I'm picking Corey Heim. I actually do not think the winner of the race will be the champion. I think it's going to be a driver not compete for the championship this weekend who I think is going to win. But I'm picking this guy because he's been really, really good throughout this year. Been the only guy that's kept up with Corey Heim and probably should be competing for a championship this year, but lost on a tiebreaker. I am picking the driver of the 34 truck for Farmer Motorsports, Lane Riggs, to pick up his 4th win of 2025, and I believe would be his 6th career Craftsman Truck Series win. Lane Riggs has been really fast on these types of tracks throughout the season, was really fast in New Hampshire earlier in the year, really quick in the short tracks too, like Bristol and Martinsville and all those types of tracks. I think it's going to lead Lane Riggs to get another win, trying to build momentum for next year. He's going to, I think, have a really good shot to win a title. I'm expected not to be full-time next year. I think Lane gets it done. I think he's going to have a good truck. I'm picking Lane Riggs to get it done and win the race this weekend at Phoenix Raceway. And now we're going ahead and jump onto the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Phoenix. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Phoenix is the driver of the 11 truck for Tricon Garage, Corey Heim. Corey Heim, I think, is going to have a really fast truck this weekend, which has been the common thing for Corey Heim so far this year. He has shown a ton of pace and speed in 2025, and he's looking for his 12th win of the season, which I think he will be a factor for that for sure. And I think he likely is a favorite to win the championship this weekend, considering he's had the most consistent speed to go for wins and victories. So likely to lead laps this weekend, probably break that record that he has against Mike Skinner for most laps led. I think he's going to be a factor for the win. I think he's going to have a good shot to get a win this weekend at Phoenix. The second driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Phoenix is a driver of the 1 truck for Tricon Garage, Brent Cruz. Brent Cruz has been really, really fast since he got to the Truck Series this season. He had a really fast truck in North Wilkesboro, was a top 5 truck before getting spun out, and probably should have won the last 2 Craftsman Truck Series races that he's entered at Martinsville and the Charlotte Roval. I expect Brent Cruz to be a major, major factor for the victory. The 1 truck has been really good. The only other one outside of Gio going to victory lane. I think he's got a shot to do it this weekend. I think Brent will be a factor for a win this weekend at Phoenix. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Phoenix is the driver of the 98 truck for Thorsport Racing, Ty Majeski. I think Ty Majeski is the only non-Corey Heim driver, the only other playoff guy competing for championship still that I think has a shot at winning outside of Corey Heim. Ty's really good at Phoenix, been really fast at this track, and to be fair in these playoffs, Ty Majeski's been really, really good, been showing a lot of consistent pace and speed. He's had, I believe, 6 or 7 top 10s so far in the playoffs. I think he'll have a good opportunity to do it this weekend. I do think Ty Majeski will be a factor for a potential win and victory this weekend when we do get to Phoenix. And the fourth final driver I think you should watch out for this weekend at Phoenix is a driver to 38 truck for Farmer Motorsports, Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith is pretty good historically at Phoenix. Was really fast here in 2022, and he won, and I believe he won the race in 2021 as well. So he has winning experience at this track. Chandler also won an ARCA race here back in 2020, so I expect Chandler Smith to be a factor. He's been really good at Phoenix. Of course, won the Xfinity Series at the track, one of his better racetracks. I think he'll be a major, major factor for the win. I think he also will be a big factor for the victory as well. I think he's going to have some good pace and speed, show some good stuff out to the track. I think Chandler Smith will have a good chance and a strong opportunity for the win and the victory this weekend at Phoenix Raceway. So, those are my race 6 of the 2025 Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Matt Mills, Connor Mosack. My underdog picks are Gia Ruggiero, Corey LaJoie. My winner's pick is Lane Riggs. And the ones to watch out for, Corey Heim, Brent Cruz, Ty Majeski, and Chandler Smith. Those are my race picks. So that is going to be it for the race 6 video for the 2025 Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go to more of that and comment your picks below for the Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. Who's your pick to get the win? And let me know in the comments below. Also tell me who your championship pick for this weekend's truck race at Phoenix. Let me know it in the comments below. If any other major news breaks later today, we'll discuss it live on the channel. Tomorrow on the channel, we're going to have both the Cup and Xfinity Series Championship breaks picks videos. Then, of course, if any news breaks tomorrow, we'll discuss it live as well. Friday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. We'll probably have a ton of news breaking over the next couple of days or so. And then, of course, we'll have reactions to the Craftsman Truck Series Championship race and tell you who won the championship. And the same thing goes for Saturday and Sunday. We'll also have reactions to Cup Series qualifying on top of that. And then we got a lot of big content dropping over the week. We got content coming on people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bo Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Cletus Vaughn, Dodge Ram, Will Brown, Brian Feeney, Cam Walsh, Jesse Love, Connor Zilch, Junior Motorsports, Neil Swartz too. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.